I've been building a parkour map recently, and out of nowhere it occurred to me, what is the coefficient of restitution of a slime block? Now, hello everyone, I'm Ausyellow, and this is a new series that's going to be on the channel. The science of Minecraft, or, well, that's what I called the world. Um, Following Mumbo Jumbo, who works with Redstone, and Exploding TNT, who obviously work with TNT, I'm also going to be working with just Minecraft in general. Clearly, because I'm running at apparently 3 FPS, I can't work with TNT. I do have sufficient redstone knowledge, but my redstone circuits are gigantic. They are in no means compact. Why the hell am I lagging? I mean, granted it's a new world, but... oh my goodness. Anyway, back to the first question at hand. What is the coefficient of restitution? Well, given that I am talking about slime blocks, the answer might seem a little bit obvious. It's wrong button. Essentially, the coefficient of restitution of or between any object is how bouncy it is. You can just call it restitution as well. It's less words. And the coefficient of restitution, or E, goes between 0 and 1. So for this particular question, we are going to have, I'm going to use a birch sign because it's easy to see the writing, we are going to have E subscript S, right, is equal to, we don't know. Coefficient of restitution is E, and I'm not talking about E in calculus, which is 2.71828, I'm talking about E in mechanics. But if you think about restitution as a number between 0 and 1, actually, 0 equal that way. E equal that way, 1. Yes. So, E is greater than or equal to 0. E is also greater than or equal to, or greater than, no, less than or equal to 1. So, when an object, or when the coefficient of restitution between two objects has a restitution of 0, what should happen is this. They will fall from, how high is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They will fall from 10 blocks, whee, and bounce back up, no blocks. Right? Because we're going to use the basic formula, or well, one formula, which is distance after bounce, bounce divided by distance before bounce. This is because we're affected by the same gravitational field, and acceleration is the exact same, because you have v squared minus u squared equals 2as, where s is the distance or displacement, a is acceleration, the 2 is just a 2, that's final velocity, that's initial velocity. But because acceleration is the same and 2 is just a constant, it's literally just s over s. Now, if the coefficient of restitution is 1, which I haven't seen in real life, but you can see on physics simulators, an object will fall a height of 10 blocks and bounce back up a height of 10 blocks forever, right? And like, say for example, if I fell from here, right, boing, 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 I will constantly bounce like this forever. That's if there's a restitution of 1, which I haven't really seen. If, and this is where it gets a little bit funny, but also impossible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If an object has a coefficient of restitution greater than 1, which is not possible, it would fall 10 blocks and bounce back up 15 blocks if it has a restitution of 1.5, and then it will fall 15 blocks and bounce back up 15 multiplied by 1.5. Oh, good lord. What, 18? No, that's not right. Half of 15, 7.5, 22.5 blocks, and it will just continue increasing height, which is obviously not possible because we're talking about um, systems where you can't put in energy. And you might be thinking, well, what about in a trampoline? In real life, trampolines have a coefficient of restitution of 1 because you keep bouncing on them and you keep bouncing. Right? You keep going the same height. You might even go higher. Yeah, well, that's because you're putting energy into it. Um, there's something that my brother doesn't understand, as well as not knowing how to shut a door. Um, that is that energy cannot be created or destroyed. In a trampoline, like actually going further back, when you eat food, you're putting chemical energy into your body, which is transferred as kinetic energy, which is used in your muscles when you jump, and that energy then goes into the system, making it look like the coefficient of restitution is greater than what it actually is. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the F. That's the wrong button. F3 debug menu, so I can have a more accurate value for y, and I'll probably do this in the edit to gather the exact coefficient of restitution. It's just literally delta height. So if we go from 132 blocks to 122 blocks, on the slime block, we bounce up 128 blocks. So, without any accuracy, for now, 128 blocks, we fell a distance of 10, returned a distance of 6, so the coefficient of restitution is 1 over 6, or 0.6. Yes! So, in equals 0.6 approximately. That's now how you spell approximately. It's double P, I think. Yes, so we found our first physics constant, or first Minecraft constant, 0.6. And I did Google this. I tried to find results, but I couldn't find a restitution for it. But then this means however high you fall in Minecraft, you will return 60% of the original height. Hello everyone, I'm Ausyellow from the edit, and what you're seeing right now is just me dropping on the slime block about 20 times, I think. And that was because in the actual video I only did one attempt at it, and that is not that accurate. You're meant to do multiple attempts to then find an average, etc, etc. But one thing I did find out when I was watching a parkour video a while back is that your position in Minecraft is not continuous. It's based off a set value each time. Like when you jump and you watch back the footage, every single time you jump, there will always be the same y values down to the 5th decimal place. And looking through this footage, the values that I got were 28.1 or 6.28139, 6.30247, 6.33163, and the highest value, which was the 6.33, so on and so forth, was the one that I got the most. I think I didn't get the other two because like I either missed the frame or I was slightly... Wait, what? No, I missed the frame, or it could have just been errors or something like that. So what I will do is I will calculate an average right now. And so after looking at 9 different results, with 6.33 being the most common value, I got an average of 6.322, but, or like 2281, But I think that the universal value is like 6.35, we'll say, over 10, which is 0.635 as the true coefficient of restitution between the player and the slime block. Please repeat this experiment as well, just to see if you get similar values. Wait a minute. No, that's wrong. 3.25. There we are. So 6.325. That's what I meant. Now, something is a little bit off, and I'm going to show you it over here in the drop-off. Now, let me just head all the way down to here. Alright, the bottom of the world. TP tilde 400 tilde. Right here to the top of the world. This is build height. We are at 320 and we were at minus 63, I think. So, what is the delta here? I'm not going to be able to calculate this in my head. Essentially, it's just 320 plus 63, 383 blocks. 383 blocks times 0.6 or 60% means that we should come up 229.8 blocks. Now, this is where it breaks, because while using distance to work out restitution is one solution, it's not the solution that I was actually taught. I was taught to use distance of speed of separation over speed of approach, which uses velocity. I do have a velocity counter thing right here because of the Luna client. Now, will we return 229 blocks? This button. Let's see. Alright, 229 blocks. Caves and cliffs. Oh. We only made it to -9. What is happening there? Well, this is... Whoops, that's the wrong button. This is why I did the restitution test and got 0.6 from a small height. Because while obviously we are affected by gravity, there is air resistance, or at least there is a maximum gravity, which I could just teleport all the way up there, right? Watch the speedometer over here, alright? It starts at 0, and then it starts accelerating at some unknown rate, and then it starts slowing down, and then we completely miss the hole and go to 0. The velocity started slowing down. Why is that? Well, that's because, like, there is air resistance. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this, and just watch the velocity increase, and it's starting to increase at a slower rate, meaning that we need to plot these values and bust out some calculus if we are to actually figure out the rate of change. But we need to figure out the rate of change at the beginning, because at a slow velocity we're not really affected by gravity. There will be a terminal velocity, which I can figure out here, which I'm just going to add in a bunch of zeros. That's too many apparently. There we are. Terminal velocity, which I shall coin V subscript Tm is equal to 78.3, 78.4. The screen is warping slightly. No, wait a minute. No, that's not warping. That's the clouds moving. 78.4 meters per second. Can I make that more accurate? I want to know. I mean, we got time. We're so high up. Where's the momentum mod? Yeah, okay, I'm adjusting that one. Can I show like a hide decimal place? Round 2. 3 decimal places. 1 decimal place, 2 decimal place, 3 decimal places. Right, can I save this? Ugh. Alright, okay. Saved. For some reason that's not made much of a difference. If we were to... now it has made much of a difference. So it is exactly 78.4 meters per second. Right, yeah, so... we also calculated E subscript S to be 0.6. Well, roughly. The best thing about E as well is that it's not actually... It doesn't have units. So, like, if you were asked to calculate the area of something in centimeters squared, and you said, "Oh, the area is 27." No, that's wrong. The area is 27 centimeters squared because you need to give units. E doesn't have units, which is perfect. So 78.4 meters per second. Now we can actually speed that up. And I mean, you can also speed this up in real life. I would also like to do the terminal velocity of items. So actually, v subscript t p is what I should call it, right? V subscript ti would be the one with items. So how do you speed this up? Well, you're equipping a elytra, which I'm so glad that like clicking to equip is a thing, and then you just okay, we're flying now. I can hear the wind sounds. So the original terminal velocity was 78.4, and we're not going to surpass. We are going to surpass it. No. Huh? I thought there was a way to speed it up. Well, there's no difference. That surprised me because in the debug menu, where is it? There's where it says facing west towards negative x. The yes. The bracket / 90. That's what's known as the pitch or angle relative to the ground. We're at 90 degrees, so we're perpendicular to the ground right now. What I can do is figure out the terminal velocity at different points or different pitches using elytra, which would be quite cool. But one thing that I want to determine is G, which we'll probably do in the next episode. G being the acceleration due to gravity, because I had a kinematics equation up earlier, and what was acceleration? Well, I mean, the object isn't really being forced by any object, pushed by anything, or it doesn't have any motors, so how the hell could it accelerate? Well, it's accelerating due to gravity, which is something that a couple people that I know completely neglect in the physics questions and go, "Oh, what do I do here? What's A? What's acceleration? It's gravity." Right? As long as you're on Earth. What is the acceleration due to gravity in Minecraft? I'm going to take this elytra off. It's actually loud. And the velocity doesn't change. What is the acceleration due to gravity in Minecraft? Well, don't know. Is it going to be 10? Is it going to be 9.8? Is it going to be 9.81? Is it going to be 9.80655? Which is a more accurate value of gravity. Who knows? But it's something that we'll figure out in due course. What I also want to do is test the coefficient of restitution of items, which we're just going to teleport here. Oh, yes, it would appear that we have travelled a little bit. Fortunately, I saved the coordinates. It travelled laterally. -1 for 114 175. Yes. Now then, coefficient of restitution of items at 28 FPS. We're going to have to build a mini redstone circuit here. I'm pretty sure it is the exact same, but I'm still going to test it anyway. We want a dropper. We also want to make sure it doesn't fly too far. Alright, that triggered it. Actually, that won't work if it's offset to one side. I think I can get rid of that kinematics equation. So, is it powered? It is powered. Haha! Stupidly simple. So I'm going to test multiple items. I'm pretty sure that it is constant for all items, but you know, it's a little bit funny how anvils won't be able to bend a thingy, drip leaf, but feathers can. Yes, that's just how Minecraft works, I guess. Oh, I figured I had achievements on actually slash advancement grant at a everything. Cha-ching! Oh wow, I'm so good, I've accomplished every single achievement in the game. Now then, let's chuck all of these in here, even the sword. What is the coefficient of restitution? 3. No, wait a minute, that bounced up to here. 125, 124, 23, 22. Yeah, it is. So 0.3. I assume that they're all 0.3 now. How did that miss? Alright, let's go again now. That was slightly less. That was around 4. Oh, damn it! I picked up the feather. Gold block. That was around 4. That was around 5. I'm going to do the feather again. I mean, it was around there. Anvil. Yep. Honestly. Bit of bricks. Yeah, it's about 5. I think it's average. Oh my goodness. Why? What is happening? How is it this difficult to fall down a chute? Right, okay, I'm going to have to do something like this. Go on, miss, I dare you. Or I could do that. I'm also going to reposition the button. Much better. Are you You've got to be kidding me. I feel like one thing I should have done. They keep landing around there. And then the feather does a different height to what it did earlier. I think it's an average, because they're not really... Oh, is that it? They're not really falling out at the same rate, or like hitting the same velocity. Well, one thing we could do is test the terminal velocity of the objects, which I most certainly will do in another video. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to try and figure out. So we've determined how bouncy objects are. Okay. I mean, how bouncy slime is relative to... It's bouncing less. And then it bounces more. Right. One thing that I should do is, just to actually test if there is randomness, is do this. See what's going to happen here. Alright. Oh, hang on, the items are going to coagulate. No, they won't. Well, they won't initially. They're just chucking out feathers right now. Feathers keep bouncing at the same height. That one was lower. That one was much lower. So I think with objects it's random, meaning that if I calculate the restitution of these objects, I'm going to need other people to repeat this experiment to get a more accurate result. Because of how inaccurate this particular experiment was, what I've decided to do was just cut this out of the overall video. I will reattempt this experiment because I do have an idea on how to solve this problem and get a more accurate value. Regardless, I just think finding restitution of entities is, aside from the player, is a little bit more pointless than finding restitution of the player. Regardless, in the name of science, we shall press on. But I think that finding G, or acceleration due to gravity, in Minecraft is far more important right now, which will be coming out next. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well, so you can be updated on all the new videos that are going to come out on my channel. I haven't really been posting because I started working on a new project recently and I sort of wanted to get it all done and then post them all back to back. But the problem is I just haven't really been able to finish gathering up all the footage yet. So that hasn't happened. Regardless, I will post all of them back to back, and I won't be posting the next video until this new series has finished. Just in general, thanks for watching.